Exclusive contracted novel by Feilu Novel Network. Qiao Yingzi. I can see the return rate. Through a journey, Xiao Ye arrived at a world of comprehensive urban TV dramas. And it also awakened the return rate system. Meng, return rate A+, lottery, return rate B, Tong Wenjie, return rate S, so he easily became a millionaire and enjoyed life. Meng, Tong Wenjie, Jiang Lai, AndyThey are all friends. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 2. Investing in Meng. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Meng was shocked, with a hint of blush hanging on her delicate face. Even the hand holding the thermos is a bit unstable. This child has a way of praising others at a young age. Half an hour later. Xiao Ye walked heavily back to the classroom, with a surprised expression on his face. He still couldn't believe it. Are you going to post it yourself? What kind of sky-defying golden finger is this? Just then, Fang Yifan casually came over and asked. What's wrong? Did you get scolded by the homeroom teacher? Oh, it seems that no one can escape Li Qigan's clutches. What did she say to you? Did she scold you? Did she ask you to invite parents? Fang Yifan is a scumbag. Although he is a bare child, he likes to meddle in his own affairs and even has a kind heart. He also had a good relationship with Xiao Ye, and as he watched Xiao Ye being punished, he quickly came over to inquire. Qiao Yingzi sat in her seat, seemingly reading an English book, but in reality, she listened attentively to the movements here. Qiao Yingzi is the absolute female lead in Xiao. She has a pure and beautiful appearance, and is also very well behaved and sensible. But mother Song Qian and father Qiao Weidong divorced, and Qiao Yingzi followed her mother Song Qian. Song Qian is a gold medal physics teacher who has strict control over her to the point of being abnormal. In an extremely oppressive environment. Qiao Yingzi is not crooked, but rather understanding, which is already very rare. Qiao Yingzi's best friend is Huang Jitao, who is also the goddess of Fang Yifan. In the original work, Fang Yifan did a lot of licking dog behavior in pursuit of Huang Jitao. There is also a wealthy second generation, Jiang, in the back row of the classroom. Jiang's father is a district chief and a reliable high-ranking official. Mother Lu Jing is the gentle and virtuous mother of the virtuous lady, but because her parents are busy with work. So Jiang has been living with his uncle, very arrogant and rebellious. He is a complete second-generation official. When Fang Yifan asked, Qiao Yingzi, Huang Jitao, and Jiang all pretended to be doing their own things, but they were all listening with their ears closed. Xiao Ye had not yet reacted to the shock of Jean's finger and shook his head. It's okay, the homeroom teacher just asked me to study hard. This is impossible. Will the homeroom teacher spare you? The scene of just being in the office came back to Xiao Ye's mind. After Xiao Ye praised Meng. Meng was not angry, but instead blushed and looked shy. The obvious expression of a teenage girl's nostalgia. And next, Meng just gave Xiao Ye a lesson and instructed her to study hard, with little time left. I didn't mention inviting Su Mingyu at all. It's like Meng has never said this sentence before. This is too strange, isn't it? Does the meaning conveyed by the system investment mean that as long as Xiao Ye invests according to the methods mentioned in the system, he can achieve his goal? Golden Finger Bull Force Plus. Xiao Ye is willing to call it the Rolls-Royce of the Golden Finger world. Xiao Ye couldn't help but murmur to himself. Sent it. This is about to be sent. Indeed. As long as you master the knowledge of investment, it's not just about the vast ocean and the sky, and the world is open to him to explore. Xiao Ye's gaze scanned the classmates in front of him one by one. But it may be because these classmates were originally NPCs in Xiao. So the system does not have any representation. Even the classmates didn't react at all. Xiao Ye shook his head. Is there an error in the system? At this moment, Xiao Ye's gaze turned to Qiao Yingzi. Ding dong. Character. Qiao Yingzi, age 19, identity. Student of Class 3, Grade 3, Chunfeng Middle School, do you want to query the return rate? It seems that Xiao Ye's guess is not wrong. The NPC characters in Xiao Huanqi's original work do not have so-called investment methods and return rates. But all the protagonists have it. Finally, Xiao Ye locked his gaze on the faces of Ji Yangyang, Huang Jitao, and Fang Yifan in order to verify his ideas. As expected, a character profile appeared. Host locked target found, do you want to query the return rate? Tip. This system is the initial system, and the host can only query the return rate 3 times a day, and cannot use it on the same person. It has already been used once, and there are still 2 opportunities left. Does the small host use it? Oh my goodness. Just finished praising, I didn't expect this system to be so crappy. However, Xiao Ye had no worries about food and clothing, and also solved the crisis of being a parent. He had not yet escaped from the happiness of time travel and the drop of his golden finger, and before he could think, he immediately shook his head. I'll think about it again. On the other side, inside the office. Since Xiao Ye left, Meng has not yet reacted from her shyness and shock. Ding lingling, the bell rang for the end of class. The teachers returned to the office one after another. The sharp-eyed teacher noticed Meng's abnormality and asked for a moment. What's wrong with Teacher Meng? Did you catch a cold? Why is your face so red? Yeah, there have been a lot of people catching colds lately. Look at you blushing like a red apple. Oh, shouldn't you have a fever? Is it that red? Meng quickly covered her cheeks with her hand, not only red but also hot. She can't say that she was praised by a little kid and then shy. Meng quickly shook her head and found an excuse to pass by. No, I just ran around the playground and drank hot water. That's good, Teacher Li. You are the homeroom teacher of Class 3 in high school. Can you drop the chain at this critical stage? The body is the capital of revolution. The teachers comforted them a few more words and dispersed one after another. Meng is still immersed in her own thoughts. What the hell? She blushed even now, despite being praised by Xiao Ye. And the mind is always distracted. But a little brat, not only is he shy, but also blushes, which is too embarrassing. Meng thought for a moment and immediately found a good excuse for herself. It must be because I've been single for too long, it's time to start dating. Yes. It must be like this. Meng started writing lesson plans, but no matter how focused she was, the words that Xiao Ye praised her kept floating in her mind. I really hate it. At this moment, Pan Shui held a pot of sunflowers and sneakily placed it on Meng's table, smiling all over his face. Teacher Xiaomeng, this is the sunflower I gave you. Do you like it or not? Meng looked at the sunflower and then at Pan Shui's big face, with a helpless expression on her face. Pan Shui is also a senior high school teacher, and he is also Huang Jitao's uncle, known as Little Pan Teacher. Pan Shui is a decent-looking person who has always liked Meng. But Meng has no feelings for him. Previously, Meng didn't care at all about Pan Shui's hospitality. But for some reason today, when I looked at Pan Shui again, a hint of annoyance rose in my heart. Chunfeng Middle School has always implemented humanized education. But because the 3rd year of high school is a special period, only the evening self-study in the 3rd year is available. But most students are dull and dull. It's not just reading extracurricular books, it's all whispering. And Xiao Ye was even more open and upright. He sneaked out of the classroom secretly. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 3. Lottery Shop. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Nonsense. Xiao Ye graduated from famous 211 and 985 universities in her past life, and was also a senior victim of 996. Surprisingly, I still have to attend evening self-study in my senior year of high school. Xiao Ye said, I won't do it. The most crucial thing is. Xiao Ye believes that Li Meng no longer has any investment value. Li Meng is his homeroom teacher, and if he offends her, Xiao Ye will suffer a lot. But he has already made investments, so I don't think Li Meng will be too difficult for herself. Now that I hold a golden finger, I definitely want to make money, get rich, marry Bai Fumei, and reach the pinnacle of life. A penny cannot defeat a hero. Xiao Ye doesn't want to have a golden finger to travel through, he's still a poor person. Xiao Ye wandered around the playground and school, her eyes staring like copper bells. But the system was still lying dead and never made any sound again. Helpless. Xiao Ye had no choice but to go to the street. But whether it's a Rolls-Royce or a hot-looking beauty, the system has no response. After bustling around, Xiao Ye couldn't help but wonder if her direction was wrong. Combined with the performance in the class, will the return rate appear only when the main role or important supporting role of Little Joy is revealed? The more Xiao Ye thought about it, the more he felt right. He continued to walk aimlessly, just passing by a lottery shop. Suddenly, the system beeped. Lottery store detected, do you want to check the return rate? Xiao Ye blinked his eyes wide. What is the return rate of lottery shops? It's strange, that's a safe way to win the big prize. Xiao Ye quickly nodded and said, search. Name. Lottery shop, investment method. Purchase the 15th sheet in the third row of the scraper music, investment amount. 5 yuan, return rate. 50,000 reward evaluation. Beat upon receiving the answer, Xiao Ye did not rush into the lottery store, but pondered for a moment. The answer came up in less than a moment. According to the system classification, queries should be divided into two categories. One type is the query person, just like the main character Li Meng Fang Yifan. Another way is to search for items. But not all items will be queried by the system. The system needs to feel the value return rate before conducting a query. I understand these things. Xiao Ye no longer hesitated and walked into the lottery store with her head held high and her chest held high. It's the night. The boss lazily scrolled through the video and didn't pay much attention when he saw Xiao Ye, a little kid. Is it a big lottery or a scratch game? Scratchy music. Xiao Ye pointed to the cabinet according to the system's instructions. I want the 15th sheet in the third row. What? The 15th sheet in the third row is green jade. The winning method is very simple. As long as the number scraped is the same as the winning amount, you can receive the subsequent winning amount. However, in general lottery shops, the way to pick up scrapers is in order. I have never specified which one. But this behavior is not illegal, it's just that no one knows how to do it. The boss thought he was finding fault. Xiao Ye patted 10 yuan on the table. Boss, I have money. Can you give me one? Although it was a small sum of money, the boss was reluctant, but still handed Xiao Ye the green jade from the 15th row in the third row. Xiao Ye held the green jade, her heart trembling. Success or failure lies in this one move. Xiao Ye first scraped open the winning number. 8. Very good, it's my lucky number. There are a total of 10 corresponding numbers in the big lottery, and any one of the 10 numbers that wins can be redeemed. When I reached the third one, there was still no winning number. Until the last moment, the word 08 still did not appear. But for some reason, perhaps it was because he invested in Li Meng, so Xiao Ye was full of confidence. He calmly scraped open the last number. It is indeed 08. Scrape away the winning amount behind, 50,000 yuan. You should know that the probability of winning a scratch is very low, the probability of winning 10 yuan is 21.7%. The probability of winning 50,000 is only 0.57%, the true 1 in 1,000. Moreover, for a small investment like scratch music, it is really a huge amount. Xiao Ye picked up the scraper. The boss won the prize. The boss is still scrolling through his phone, thinking he only got 10 or 20 yuan, without even looking up. Congratulations, how much did you win? 50,000, what? 50,000, the boss quickly put down his phone, thinking it was a joke. He has been running a lottery store for 2 years and has never won a prize of 50,000 yuan. This is the big deal of pie falling from the sky. The boss took the scraper with uncertainty and was surprised to see the winning number of 08 and the winning amount of 50,000. He quickly came out from behind the counter. Oh my boy, your luck is really impressive. I've been running a lottery store for 2 years and nobody has seen anyone win 50,000 yuan. Luck is amazing. Luck is really amazing. Old lottery players gathered around to watch. Looking at the 50,000 yuan scratch music, it's like watching a giant panda, and everyone envies it. There's 50,000 yuan. I've been buying lottery tickets for over 20 years and haven't won such a large amount. A few days ago, I hit 2,000 and thought it was quite big. I didn't expect this young man to have such good luck. Amidst the envy of the crowd, Xiao Ye gracefully left with the winning voucher. Sometimes, earning money is just that simple. Xiao Ye stumbled back home with no intention of continuing his evening self-study. He was a social animal who had been struggling for more than 10 years in his past life, but surprisingly, he had to attend evening self-study in his senior year of high school. It's too embarrassing to say it. It's embarrassing to cross the border. However, through this incident, Xiao Ye once again verified the system's golden finger ability. As long as we follow the system's investment return rate, having a fortune of millions and reaching the pinnacle of life is not a dream. Although there are only 2 people at home, Su Mingyu and Xiao Ye, it is impossible to support Su Mingyu's wealth. The house is located in the best high-end residential area. There are 3 bedrooms, 1 living room, 1 kitchen, and 2 bathrooms, covering an area of 150 square meters. Xiao Ye goes to the kitchen and cooks a bowl of pork, pickled mustard green noodles with mustard tuber first. While eating happily, Meng calls. Hello, what's wrong with the teacher? Xiao Ye is not planning to invest in Meng, but her tone is still very polite. After all, he doesn't want the rest of his senior year to become a hellish difficulty. Xiao Ye, why didn't you attend evening self-study? Meng's questioning voice came from over there. Now is the 3rd year of high school, the final stage of sprinting, and the school's arrangement for evening self-study is also for your good. And studying at night helps to concentrate and think faster. You're going too far to skip class without attending evening self-study. Meng is a strict homeroom teacher. Even though Xiao Ye made her blush today, there is still a lesson to be learned about learning. Absolutely not ambiguous. Faced with Meng's incessant words, Xiao Ye had no choice but to casually find an excuse. He lowered his voice and said softly. Sorry teacher, my stomach hurts so much. The doctor told me to rest well at home because it hurts too much, so I forgot to tell you. Xiao Ye's tone was composed of Chu Baba. He knew that although Meng was far from strict, she still cared for her students very much. This excuse is definitely not a problem. Sure enough, Meng spoke with concern. Are you sick? Are you alone at home? Oh no, you can't take care of yourself. Just wait at home and I'll come find you right now. Meng didn't give Xiao Ye a chance to react and immediately hung up the phone. Xiao Ye looked at the blackened screen of her phone with a speechless expression on her face. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 1. Unique Gold Fingers. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Shanghai Stock Exchange, July. A drizzling rain dispelled the boredom of summer. Chunfeng Middle School, Class 3, Grade 3. Class teacher Li Meng wore a white shirt on top, tight jeans on the bottom, and small square heels on her feet. Although I curled up my hair and wore glasses, it still exuded a refined demeanor. Under the tight jeans, the long legs are slender and beautiful. Just these legs alone can play for a year. At this moment, Li Meng looked around the students in the audience with an angry expression on her face, exhaling her orchid breath lightly. This monthly exam, our class's average score has fallen by 8 points. Classmates. We don't have much time left, don't waste our precious time anymore. Li Meng's eyes twitched. Also, I want to criticize Xiao Ye in particular. Li Meng's words fell, and the eyes of the classmates gathered on a boy sitting in the corner of the class. Although Xiao Ye is only 18 years old, he is 1.82 meters tall, has a clean and sunny temperament, and is a handsome guy. But due to poor grades, I was placed in the back row of the class. Xiao Ye, you ranked 35th in the monthly exam last time, but now you have dropped directly to 42nd place, Li Meng said, resenting the lack of iron and steel. Why did you fall back by 7 places? Also, you only scored 58 points in math, come to my office after class. Li Meng chattered incessantly, but Xiao Ye was still in a state of confusion. What is the situation with this particular cat? Xiao Ye is happily watching Xiao Huanxi's TV drama at home. As soon as the eyes close and open, they cross over. Not only did he travel into the world of little joy, but he also became a young and inexperienced boy. Oh my goodness, what international joke is this? Xiao Ye was originally an orphan, and her parents died in a car accident. Fortunately, she did not wander on the streets and was adopted by her biological parents' best friend Su Mingyu. That's right, it's just Su Mingyu who is doing well. But due to Su Mingyu's frequent business trips, Xiao Ye is similar to a left-behind orphan. The most damning thing is that class teacher Li Meng and Aunt Su Mingyu are best friends. The scariest thing in the world is that your relatives are your homeroom teacher. Undoubtedly, Xiao Ye suffered the consequences of a decline in her original academic performance. Fang Yifan held his chin and sneered. You're dumbfounded, aren't you? You're so amazing. You're 5th to last. Sitting at the same table, Fang Yifan has a quirky and mischievous personality, resembling a monkey splasher. Although Fang Yifan received widespread praise after the TV drama was aired. But in Xiao Ye's view, Fang Yifan is definitely a cowardly child. He was willing to be a licking dog in pursuit of the goddess. When his parents were in financial crisis, he rented a house outside and even prescribed sleeping pills to his cousin Fang Layer. In this monthly exam, Xiao Ye ranked 5th from the bottom and Fang Yifan ranked 7th from the bottom, which is also a reliable academic waste. This mockery belongs to 50 steps laughing at 100 steps. Li Meng angrily threw down her textbook. Xiao Ye, come to my office. Oh. Xiao Ye was still in a daze, dragging his heavy steps to the office. Li Meng sat in a chair with her legs crossed, showing off the temptation of her long legs. Xiao Ye lowered her head and swallowed her saliva. Although the eyes travel through as soon as they close and open. But the travel benefits seem to be good. This leg tsk Li Meng frowned with an unhappy expression. Xiao Ye, I've been observing you all morning. What's going on with you today? Why are you absent-minded? Don't hesitate to let me know if you have any difficulties. When alone, Li Meng is still very gentle. Xiao Ye rubbed her ears with her brain, just as she was about to speak. Suddenly, an electronic mechanical sound rang out in my mind. Ding dong. The investment system has been opened, please check the character panel, name. Li Meng, age. 31. Gender. Female, identity. Senior high school teacher of Chunfeng Middle School, skills. Chinese, intermediate, cooking, intermediate. Advantages. Serious and responsible, character evaluation. A+, return rate. A+, investment method. Directly praise the good looks, Xiao Ye whose body trembled. Here we go. Here we go. The legendary golden finger, he finally arrived. But what kind of investment method is it? Xiao Ye instantly doubted his intelligence. I know every word, but when combined together, I completely don't understand what the golden finger means. While Xiao Ye was lost in thought, Li Meng's fingers were tapping on the table with an angry expression on her face. Xiao Ye, do you still know that I am your teacher? I am talking to you. Where have you been? Now that you are in your third year of high school, there is not much time left for you. Are you wasting your time like this? Ding dong. The sound of the system suddenly rang again. Li Meng, the homeroom teacher of Class 3 of Chunfeng High School, has a beautiful appearance and a hot and brave personality. She is responsible and dislikes students wandering around in class, system prompt. When facing Li Meng, it is best for the host to demonstrate good character and listen carefully to her words. Golden Finger is really a 24-hour nanny service. I even mentioned important tips. Xiao Ye was amazed by the perfection of the golden finger, and Li Meng became even angrier. She was typing on the book. Xiao Ye, did you pay attention when I was talking to you? Did Mingyu go on a business trip again? What's going on with her? She doesn't even care about children. Please bring Mingyu over and I want to discuss education issues with her. Li Meng and Su Mingyu are good friends, so they naturally take great care of Xiao Ye. Although his words are harsh, he is genuinely doing his best from the bottom of his heart. Xiao Ye's heart thumped. Call parents. This is absolutely unacceptable. Although Su Mingyu has no blood relationship with herself. But to be fair, Su Mingyu is still extremely good to Xiao Ye. Although the two of them lived together, she gave Xiao Ye enough personal space. Even living expenses are given in large quantities. Let Xiao Ye have no material worries. However, this person has one flaw. Perhaps due to the serious imbalance of endocrine system in older unmarried young women, they have a very irritable personality. We attach great importance to Xiao Ye's learning issues. If Su Mingyu were to know that Xiao Ye's exam results were the last, and she had also been hired by her parents. Oh my goodness. This is simply the Big Bang of the universe. The most crucial thing is, Su Mingyu was so kind to herself. Although Xiao Ye had just passed away, she didn't want to be disappointed with an aunt who truly felt good for her. We must stop Li Meng from calling her parents. At this moment, Xiao Ye looked at the last investment method in her personal information file. Praising her for being good-looking. What does this mean? Xiao Ye can also have a rough understanding from the front. As long as you honestly praise Li Meng for her beauty, can you make an investment? What the investment results are yet to be known. Maybe I can help myself resolve the crisis. Thinking of this, Xiao Ye simply became ruthless and spoke up. Teacher Li Meng, I have something I want to say to you. What words? Li Meng was in a fit of anger, opening the insulation cup and asking. Xiao Ye gritted her teeth and closed her eyes. Teacher Li Meng, you look really beautiful. What? Li Meng opened her eyes wide, stuttering and unable to believe what she had heard. Xiao Ye swallowed a mouthful of water and continued speaking. I said, Teacher, you look so beautiful, like a fairy from the sky. I have never seen a teacher as beautiful as you before. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 4. Encountering Song Qian by chance. You are listening at novel full.audio. Sometimes. The teacher is too serious and responsible, which is not a good thing. In less than half an hour, Meng came over. Meng hurriedly put down her bag and looked at Xiao Ye lying on the sofa with a concerned expression. Stomach pain. Why didn't you tell the teacher? Is it still painful now? Besides stomach pain, is there any other pain? Do you want to take you to the hospital? A series of questions were asked. Xiao Ye did not feel bored, but instead felt genuine warmth. Meng sat next to Xiao Ye, looking up and down, shaking her head in pain. No one is by your side to take care of you, how can the teacher rest assured? Is there hot water? Meng said and went to boil hot water for Xiao Ye. The action was completed in one go, full of concern. Watching her busy figure, Xiao Ye felt a long-lost emotion. Warm and considerate. Meng not only burned hot water, but also made century egg and lean meat congee to nourish the stomach. To act, one must complete the entire set. Xiao Ye pretended to be in unbearable pain and covered her stomach. Teacher, please don't be busy. My stomach hurts so much, ouch, why is it starting to hurt again? Do you want to go to the hospital? Meng panicked and immediately sat next to Xiao Ye. First, let the hot water cool down and start rubbing Xiao Ye's stomach. Meng gently rubbed her stomach as she spoke. You, how could you be so careless at home alone? The next time you catch a cold or get sick, be sure to tell the teacher as soon as possible. Did you hear me? Okay, teacher, I heard you. Watching Xiao Ye so sensible, Meng felt a surge of love in her heart. She took out some medicine from her bag. The teacher heard that you have a stomachache, so he went to the pharmacy to buy some medicine to treat it. You should take it first and rest well after finishing it. Meng put the pill in Xiao Ye's hand. When delivering the medicine, the two people's fingers intertwined. This feels quite good. Although Meng is almost 30 years old and usually treats students quite harshly, she cannot conceal her intellectual temperament. Unlike pure girls like Qiao Yingzi, Meng carries a gentle maternal aura. The most crucial thing is, she is still single. Xiao Ye placed the pill on the table and instantly lay on Meng's leg. Teacher, just help me rub my stomach. Oh, I really can't do anything about you. Meng gently rubbed her stomach. Although Xiao Ye was not in pain, with the soothing force transmitted, her whole body felt incredibly comfortable. Meng needed while instructing. I'm sure I've eaten too much cold. Don't eat too much cold in the future, drink more hot water. As Meng exhaled her orchid breath, Xiao Ye slowly leaned into her face. Meng is bowing his head and looking serious. Her eyelashes curled up, her cherry lips were very tempting, and her big eyes were wet. Xiao Ye leaned closer and closer, and finally whispered softly. The teacher is a fairy. Rub my stomach and I won't have any pain without taking medicine. You. Meng suddenly felt very funny, but couldn't bear to blame. This child is really pitiful. Rubbing her stomach for a while, and seeing that Xiao Ye was almost doing well, Meng said. Even if you have a stomachache, you should ask the teacher for leave in advance, otherwise the teacher will be very worried. Also, your grades have been declining significantly recently, and you haven't listened well in class yet. You must make strict corrections. Take a good rest tonight and make sure to attend classes on time tomorrow. Did you hear me? Xiao Ye reluctantly agreed. Good teacher, I understand. Go to school. Going to school is not as important as making money, and it wastes time, which is too delaying Xiao Ye's achievement of becoming a billionaire. But in the face of Meng's concern and questioning, Xiao Ye could only fully agree. Don't worry, teacher. I will definitely go to school on time. That's pretty good. Meng got a satisfactory answer and brought century egg and lean meat congee. Watching Xiao Ye finish eating century egg and lean meat congee, he asked him to take some medicine. After confirming that everything was okay, Meng dared to leave with peace of mind. It's 9 p.m. now. Xiao Ye politely escorted Meng downstairs. Watching Meng leave, Xiao Ye turned around and saw a familiar figure. It's Song Qian. Song Qian is Qiao Yingzi's mother and also a gold medal physics teacher. Song Qian held a large bag in her hand, which contained all the physics textbooks inside. My hair was combed into a gentle and intellectual look, with a white shirt on top and small leggings on the bottom, and my feet on thin high heels. Although she is 40 years old, she still retains her charm, her skin is well maintained, and her elasticity is firm, no less than that of an 18-year-old girl. Although Su Mingyu is not married, she wholeheartedly takes care of Xiao Ye. But after all, she is also an elderly unmarried young woman who still has a lot of savings in her hands. She bought a high-end residential area and is a neighbor to Song Qian. At this moment, the system prompts. Do you want to check Song Qian's investment return rate? Anyway, Xiao Ye is not going out again today, and there is still a chance to search. It's not worth it. Query. In an instant, Song Qian's personal profile panel appeared in front of Xiao Ye. Name. Song Qian, age. 40, gender. Female, identity. Tutoring class teacher, skill. Physics, intermediate, dot. Advantages. One mind, character evaluation. A+, return rate. A+, investment method. Polite greeting, say hello politely. This investment method is simply too simple. It's clearly picking up money. Without hesitation, Xiao Ye immediately stepped forward and spoke up. Hello Auntie, I am Qiao Yingzi's classmate. Song Qian was looking at her phone when she heard the boy looking up in front of her. The first impression is very good. Xiao Ye's appearance belongs to the youth of Qingjun. Although not surprisingly handsome, the more you look, the more flavorful it becomes. Xiao Ye, wearing a white shirt and a student jacket, coupled with furry hair, looks like a harmless little Zheng Tai. The most crucial thing is, this child speaks too politely. In an instant, Song Qian's favorability skyrocketed, and her speech became gentle. Hello classmate, I am Qiao Yingzi's mother. Who are you? Auntie, you look really beautiful. I am Qiao Yingzi's classmate, and my name is Xiao Ye. I saw you just now and I haven't been able to say hello to you. I'm your neighbor. Auntie, let me help you with it. Xiao Ye naturally took the bag from Song Qian's hand. It's quite heavy. However, this move once again won Song Qian's favor. Song Qian is a traditional Chinese-style parent. Due to her strong personality and divorce reasons, she has particularly high expectations for Qiao Yingzi. To put it nicely, it's called harshness. To put it bluntly, it is called excessive desire for control. So she particularly likes children who look very well behaved and polite. And Xiao Ye completely hit her aesthetic. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 6. Beautiful Wife Teacher. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Xiao Ye excitedly went to the lottery store to redeem the prize. The boss saw Xiao Ye happily and asked. Brother, do you want WeChat transfer or cash? Who still carries cash when going out these days? Afraid of losing, Xiao Ye made a decisive WeChat transfer. At the moment when the amount reached the payment, Xiao Ye felt like she was about to enjoy herself. As the saying goes, joy brings sorrow. Xiao Ye came out of the lottery store in high spirits, and as soon as he turned around, he saw a familiar figure. It's Meng. Meng naturally saw her and quickly shouted. Xiao Ye. Meng looked at the words on the Chinese welfare lottery store and shook her head slightly, saying in confusion. What are you doing here? In Li Meng's view, the main task of students is to learn. It's better not to come to places like lottery shops that are not very popular. Xiao Ye quickly laughed heartily. It's okay, it's just that I'm under a lot of study pressure. I want to come in and relax. You can't come to such a place to relax. You can go play basketball and run. This way of relaxing is more healthy. Still dreaming of getting rich overnight. How many people haven't even bought lottery tickets? Don't take shortcuts when you're young. Xiao Ye really wants to tell her that she not only bought it, but also won it. Unfortunately. He won't say these words. On the surface, Xiao Ye can only agree. At this moment, with a glance in Xiao Ye's eyes, he saw a heart-wrenching scene. Because it was hot in summer, Li Meng wore a strappy shirt on top and a pair of blue tight shorts underneath. Wrap up the perfect figure. A long, slender and fair leg. This length tsk. Xiao Ye couldn't help but look at his long legs. Li Meng is still teaching. Your main task is to study, don't think about these irrelevant things. Although her beautiful legs were good, there was a Tang monk muttering beside her, and Xiao Ye said she couldn't bear it either. Xiao Ye waved his hand and immediately interrupted her words. I know Teacher Li, so I'll go home now. Wait a moment. Li Mengyang picked up the vegetable basket in his hand. Have you eaten yet? Xiao Ye covered her stomach. No. Xiao Ye came home alone, either ordering takeout or having instant noodles below. Simple and effortless. Li Meng felt heartbroken. I happen to buy groceries, and when I come back to my house, I'll cook for you. Li Meng is a teacher at Chunfeng Middle School, so the rented house she lives in is also nearby. It is a simple one-bedroom, one-living room. Although the land area is not large, everywhere is filled with the scent of women, decorated with elegance and warmth. A single life is good. But there is a woman busy beside her, making hot dishes and soup, which feels very good. Although Li Meng is quite strict in teaching. But in daily life, she is also a warm and gentle sister. Li Meng bought chicken, fish, and celery. Thinking about Xiao Ye's stomachache yesterday, he cooked the fish and tofu in a clay pot. I made a stewed tofu and fish. When celery and meat are stir-fried together, it becomes a fragrant dish of celery stir-fried meat, while chicken is made into a large plate of chicken. Li Meng also made a bowl of red jujube congee for Xiao Ye, which can nourish the stomach and warm the heart. Li Meng is in charge of cooking, and Xiao Ye is helping next to her. Boil 2 stoves at the same time, add oil to 1 jiao hot pot, fry the fish, and then add hot water to produce a white fish soup. Another pot, stir-fry scallions, ginger, and garlic. These are all done by Li Meng alone, so she is very busy in the kitchen. Accompanied by the hot oil, the onions, ginger, and garlic were added to the pot with a creaking sound, and the aroma immediately burst out. Xiao Ye picked celery and looked at Li Meng's busy figure. A slight sigh appeared in my heart. What a billionaire! What is the pinnacle of life? It's not as important as having a woman around who knows the cold and the heat. Li Meng perfectly fulfilled men's fantasies. Li Meng reminded. Xiao Ye, help me peel the garlic. Xiao Ye is still immersed in fantasy. Li Meng saw that he didn't react and said it again. What did you think? Why didn't you hear me talking to you? Xiao Ye reacted and quickly peeled the garlic, looking at Li Meng with a smile. He said solemnly. Teacher, I think you look particularly beautiful. Mastery is not the key, one move can conquer the world. Although Li Meng often receives praise from Xiao Ye, when she hears it again, her heart is still filled with joy. But he still said with his mouth. What do children know? Hurry up and help me peel garlic. Teacher, I'm telling the truth. You look like a virtuous wife and mother. If anyone marries you back home, it's really a blessing. Li Meng's heart was slightly stunned, and 2 blushes flew on her face. But still accusing with one's mouth. At a young age, if I don't study hard, don't help me cook well, and miss those things that I don't have. Can we think this way again in the future? Although there is a hint of criticism in the words. But Li Meng's heart was still filled with joy. In less than a moment, the large plate of chicken, stewed fish with tofu, and stir-fried meat with celery were ready. Although there aren't many dishes, they are all home-cooked. Victory lies in its delicious taste. Just as the meal was served, Li Meng gave Xiao Ye a bowl of tofu stewed fish. Try it quickly, fish soup is good for your health. Xiao Ye took a sip and was just about to praise it. Ding ding ding. Li Meng's phone rang. Li Meng instinctively frowned. Who is it? Talking on the phone in the middle of the night is so annoying. Li Meng had been busy for so long, but before she had a bite of hot food, she was interrupted by the bell. I answered the phone and it turned out to be Pan Shui. Li Meng's tone is not good. What's wrong? Teacher Xiaomeng, have you finished class yet? I heard there's a really delicious hot pot restaurant near the school, and when we have time, we can go eat together. It's Pan Shui. Pan Shui has been pursuing Li Meng, which can be described as persistent and relentless, using every means possible. But due to both of them being in the same office, Li Meng couldn't make the relationship too rigid. Previously, Li Meng had no aversion to him. But now for some unknown reason, she felt extremely disgusted in her heart. Li Meng hasn't spoken yet. Pan Shui chattered incessantly. Xiaomeng, don't be so shy. I'll treat you to a meal, and I'll pay. Even if you don't like eating, we can still go and have milk tea. Anyway, you just need to meet me. In short, Pan Shui wants to invite Li Meng out. Eating a meal or watching a movie with 2 people can enhance and strengthen the relationship. Li Meng was restless and wished she could hang up the phone immediately. Due to face saving, I have to find a legitimate excuse. As she was struggling twice, she suddenly glanced and saw Xiao Ye sitting across from her. Xiao Ye was holding a bowl and chopsticks, with handsome big eyes looking at him, looking harmless like humans and animals. I don't know why. Li Meng was suddenly hit in her heart and couldn't help but say. Sorry, I have an appointment. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 5. Betting with Fang Yifan. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Song Qian is very fond of Xiao Ye. She couldn't help but ask, you are also Yingzi's classmate. Do we live in the same community? Why haven't I seen you before? It has been proven that selling miserably is very useful. Xiao Ye grasped the essence of selling miserably. He lowered his head and spoke softly. Because I live with my aunt. Are you not a local? Living with an aunt. What about your parents? Song Qian asked. Xiao Ye's eyes flickered with tears, Wei Chu Baba. My parents died in a car accident a few years ago. Oh, this child is really pitiful. Upon hearing this, Song Qian was filled with pity and looked at Xiao Ye's uncontrollable comfort. It's okay, does your aunt often not at home? Yes, Auntie often goes on business trips, so I'm the only one at home. It's so pitiful. Song Qian's love for Xiao Ye reached its peak, and without hesitation, she said. It's okay, if your aunt doesn't come back in the future and no one cooks for you, you can come to my house for dinner. You can also find Yingzi to study with. Auntie loves you the most, a handsome and polite child. Xiao Ye immediately agreed. Okay, thank you, Auntie. Auntie, I'll help you take your bag home. This child is really too sensible. Song Qian felt warm in her heart and was happy to have met a sensible and handsome child today. Wait until the next day. Although Xiao Ye was very reluctant, he still had to go to school. After all, his current identity is a senior high school student, and if he frequently skips classes, Meng must make him invite his parents. Never mind, in order to live a peaceful high school life, we can only compromise the dreams of billionaires. Xiao Ye just returned to the classroom. Yifan walked over casually, chewing gum and squinting his eyes. Xiao Ye, you didn't come to the evening self-study yesterday. You're such a brave warrior. But you're in a miserable situation today. You'll definitely be criticized by Li Taibang. Li Tai stick refers to the homeroom teacher Meng. Because the homeroom teacher has an iron rod that specializes in hitting disobedient students. Fang Yifan and other scumbag students have suffered a lot from this injustice. Fang Yifan saw that Xiao Ye didn't attend evening self-study yesterday, so he came over to gloat. At this moment, the system prompt popped up again. Do you want to check the return rate of Fang Yifan? Although in TV dramas, Fang Yifan has received widespread praise. But Xiao Ye really doesn't like this person very much. This kind of person disregards the cost and pursuit of the goddess, and in the original work, when Fang Yuan and Tong Wenjie face enormous economic pressure, he not only does not share it, but also clamors to rent a house outside. Such a bare child is very annoying in real life. What rate of return can he have? Xiao Ye nodded after thinking for a moment. Query. Name. Fang Yifan, age. 19, gender. Male, identity. Chunfeng Middle School senior high school student, skills. Dance, intermediate, singing, intermediate, Advantages. Magnanimity, not limited to small details, character evaluation. D. Return rate. D. Investment method. Betting with him, based on these queries. Xiao Ye also understood. The return rate of the system is divided according to the ABCD level. A is the highest. D is the lowest. There will still be the worst, but Xiao Ye has not encountered it yet. As expected, Fang Yifan, who only has D, is a useless student. Xiao Ye couldn't help but be greatly disappointed. But after reading it all, it wasted the opportunity to search, and Xiao Ye was also very interested. Isn't it just a bet? Then make a bet. Xiao Ye Qingzhu is on the chest. Fang Yifan, do you dare to make a bet with me? If I haven't been taught a lesson by Li Taibang, you'll learn to bark like a dog. Fang Yifan immediately became interested. Okay, let's make a bet. Whoever loses will learn to bark like a dog. Fang Yifan is full of confidence. If there is a slight deviation in class, Li Taibang will call him to the office to criticize him. Not to mention skipping classes. Xiao Ye must have had a bad day today. So, Fang Yifan remained extremely energetic for a whole day, constantly looking out the door. Looking forward to Meng scolding Xiao Ye. And then win the game on your own. Unfortunately. After class, Meng didn't even come over. Even during lunch break, I was concerned about Xiao Ye's words and had no intention of criticizing him. Fang Yifan was completely confused. What's going on here? Or Li Taibang? How the fact is different from what I imagined. This is not right, there must be some reason. Xiao Ye, you're cheating. Seeing that he was about to lose, Fang Yifan wanted to play tricks. Xiao Ye smiled. So many people are watching, willing to gamble and give up. The homeroom teacher didn't scold me, so if you lose, you have to bark 3 times. Fang Yifan is angry. He doesn't want to. Boys at this age are at a time when they have strong self-esteem and love to save face. If you learn 3 dog barks in front of the big guy, then he won't have the face to go to school. Fang Yifan still harbors a sense of luck in his heart. But until the end of self-study after school, Meng did not come to criticize Xiao Ye. He lost completely. Fang Yifan saw that things were not going well and was about to leave. Xiao Ye swiftly blocked the door. Since he is cheating, don't blame Xiao Ye for being heartless and unjust. Fang Yifan, let's bet that if you lose, you'll have to learn to bark like a dog 3 times. So what? Can we go to a hidden place and call it okay? Of course not, we have to do it now. A man of great virtue, once a word is spoken, it is hard to recall. Are you going to retract it? Although Fang Yifan is a bare child, he still has basic integrity. So he could only reluctantly shout out. Wang, the voice is as low as a mosquito, and he even lowers his head. If he doesn't listen carefully, he doesn't even know what he called with just one shout. Fang Yifan impatiently waved his hand. This is definitely enough. Want to fool through? No way. Xiao Ye shook her head. No, it's agreed to learn 3 dog barks. You only barked once, and the sound was too low to be heard. Shout louder, otherwise you won't want to leave. Fang Yifan really impressed this old 6, but who made him lose? Helpless. Fang Yifan closed his eyes tightly and let out 3 fierce screams. Wang wang wang, the sound immediately caught the attention of the whole class. Qiao Yingzi and Huang Jitao are constantly paying attention to the situation here. Upon hearing Fang Yifan learn to bark like a dog, he burst into laughter for a moment. Fang Yifan lost face and went home in front of his goddess. After learning 3 dog barks, Fang Yifan no longer had the face to stay in the classroom and ran away holding a small backpack. Xiao Ye looked at his disheveled figure and laughed heartily. Although investors may not receive practical benefits, but being able to have fun every day is also quite good. However, Xiao Ye had no spare time to continue arguing with him. I won 50,000 yuan in the lottery yesterday, and I'm going to redeem it today. This is a small sum of money. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 7. Magical Auntie. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. After hanging up the phone, Meng looked very anxious. Xiao Ye, of course, heard the conversation between the two and then thought about it before laughing heartily. Teacher Meng, did you say you have an appointment with me? I'm your student, are we dating now? This little guy is so good at teasing at a young age. What should I do when I grow up? Of course, Meng won't answer his question directly, she can only dodge his gaze and talk to him from side to side. Meng quickly picked him a piece of chicken. Try the chicken to see if it tastes good. It's just that. Since she doesn't want to say anything, Xiao Ye won't be aggressive either. Xiao Ye took a bite of chicken and praised it. Teacher Meng, your craftsmanship is really good. You can even catch up with 5-star chefs. Xiao Ye did not lie. Meng's dishes are full of color, aroma, and flavor, although they cannot be compared to the flashy dishes of 5-star chefs. But even with a strong taste at home, it can be considered a delicious dish on the table. I'm not lying to your teacher. The food you cook is even better than what I eat in a restaurant. She looks beautiful and cooks delicious, she's just a virtuous wife and mother. Xiao Ye ate heartily while loudly praising. Give Meng face. Girls don't like to listen well. Meng is no exception. Watching Xiao Ye's praise go on and on, she felt extremely happy in her heart. Xiao Ye took another sip of fish soup, his eyes rolling, and he smiled handsome. Teacher, why don't you come to my house and cook for me in the future? I want to be able to eat your food every day, not to mention how happy I am. How could this guy still make progress? For this request, Meng not only did not get angry, but also found it interesting. Sure, but with my skills, cooking at your house can be expensive. Ask your aunt to pay me money, which is not more than 5,000 yuan per month. Meng is joking with him. She and Su Mingyu were originally best friends. Helping to take care of Xiao Ye is also an obligation that should be fulfilled. How could you possibly ask for money? However, Xiao Ye's expression was so interesting that she couldn't help but want to tease. I never thought about it. Xiao Ye pondered for a moment before speaking up. Although my aunt has a high salary, she is also very tired from work, and I don't want to spend her money. If I pay you, can you help me cook? Xiao Ye looked serious. He is really considering this possibility. Now he is alone at home, eating instant noodles and ordering takeout every day. There's no such thing as eating home-cooked dishes every day, which is healthy, hygienic, and delicious. Sure enough, Li Meng was successfully amused. Li Meng was just joking casually, how could she really want the money from the students? She rubbed Xiao Ye's head and instructed. You, at a young age, always think about some things that you may have or may not have. If you want to eat, just come to the teacher's house. How could the teacher ask for your money? Studying hard now is the top priority, you know. It seems that the idea of taking a beautiful cook home has been shattered. Xiao Ye nodded and had no choice but to stick to his meal. It's still early to finish the meal, and the sky is still bright. Xiao Ye was particularly diligent in helping to wash the dishes, and then sat on the sofa with Li Meng watching TV. The closer two people sit, the closer they get. Finally, Xiao Ye snuggled up in Li Meng's embrace. But Li Meng only thought that the young man was feeling unwell and didn't think much. While Xiao Ye was immersed in sweet happiness, suddenly the system rang, and it was found whether the query person Li Meng had made a query. Has Xiao Ye already checked it once? Now that it pops up again, it's difficult to see that every query will have a different discovery. Xiao Ye is 10% curious and nods to query. Name. Li Meng, age. 31, gender. Female, identity. Senior high school teacher of Chunfeng Middle School, skills. Chinese, intermediate, cooking, intermediate, . Advantages. Serious and responsible, character evaluation. A+, return rate. A+, investment method. Walking together, it seems that Xiao Ye's thinking is really not wrong. Every time you search, there will be different investment methods for the same person. The last time I praised Li Meng for her beauty. This time it was a walk with Li Meng. Li Meng's investment return rate is very impressive. Xiao Ye already had an answer in his heart. After a TV show performance, when Li Meng was about to pick up the remote control, Xiao Ye covered her stomach and said, Teacher Li, the food you cooked just now was so delicious that I ate too much. Should we go for a walk together to digest our food? Li Meng didn't even think about it, so she readily agreed. Of course it's good. Li Meng also lives in a high-end residential area, where there is a park nearby. On summer nights, cicadas keep chirping. The evening breeze blows very comfortably. Two people holding hands and walking shoulder to shoulder. Li Meng's fingers were soft and comfortable to hold. Oh, teacher Li Meng has finished work, who is this? A mother holding a vegetable basket appeared in front of the two people. Auntie's eyes turned left and right, with an expression of seeing through but not saying anything. Li Meng has been living here for a few years and has a very good neighborhood relationship. The relationship between Aunt Wang and Li Meng is also good. Two people will also greet and exchange greetings when meeting. No wonder Aunt Wang misunderstood like this. The key is that the two people's movements are intimate, and standing together is very fitting. Although there is an age difference between the two. But Xiao Ye had a small and handsome appearance, with a mature man's charm between her eyebrows. Li Meng's maintenance is very good, and she doesn't look much older than him. Standing together is very pleasing to the eye. Aunt Wang naturally tends to think sideways. Aunt Wang smiled with her aunt. Oh, teacher Li Meng, you've been single for a long time, and it's time to find a boyfriend. This is a misunderstanding to the sky. When Li Meng quickly let go of Xiao Ye, she blushed awkwardly and instinctively wanted to distance herself from her relationship. Li Meng spoke with a squeaky voice. "Aunt Wang, you misunderstood. We're not in a romantic relationship, he's my student." Students. Aunt Wang let out a cry, her tail fell and stretched. "A picture of you not being able to deceive me. China's great mom. Good assist." Xiao Ye silently gave Aunt Wang a thumbs up in her heart. "Aunt Wang, your blessings are still ahead." Aunt Wang covered her mouth. He smiled, with an expression that I understand you. Li Meng blushed so much that she didn't even dare to look at Xiao. With Aunt Wang's distant figure, the two of them took a few more steps. Li Meng has always been immersed in her own world. At this moment, Xiao Ye spoke up and asked. "Should we do it?" "Do it. What are you doing?" Li Meng panicked instantly, her eyes widened in disbelief. My face blushed like an apple. At the same time, her eyes were lowered, filled with the thoughts of a pretty girl. Are everyone adults? It's not surprising to see things like sparring about life. If other men say such things, Li Meng's first reaction must be anger. But for some unknown reason. Upon hearing Xiao Ye say this, her first reaction turned out to be shyness. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 10. The Orange Cat. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The two of them laughed and talked as they walked towards the library. Xiao Ye, Qiao Yingzi, why are you two here? Suddenly, a crisp female voice came to mind in front of them. Turning around, it turned out to be Li Meng. Li Meng carried a women's bag and wore a white dress, like a fairy in the sky. This woman's temperament is really versatile. But both sides are very beautiful. Xiao Ye and Qiao Yingzi were also very surprised to see Li Meng. Teacher Li Meng, we are going to the library to buy some tutoring materials. Why are you here? Li Meng smiled. I'm also planning to go to the library to take a look, it's really nice. You two know how to study on weekends, it seems like you've listened to what the teacher said. Let's go to the library together, and I can recommend some high school seniors tutoring books to you. Qiao Yingzi is very happy about this. Xiao Ye was actually interested but not interested. Like a social animal who had lived in his past life for more than 20 years, he actually had to wander in the sea of questions in his senior year of high school. This is simply embarrassing for crossing the world. Qiao Yingzi is the three good students that all teachers like. Just as the two of them were chatting vigorously, a sound of high heels rang out. As the saying goes, one should hear their voice before seeing them. High heels always carry the most primitive temptation. Xiao Ye looked and saw that it was Song Qian. Song Qian had just finished parking the car, holding the car key in her hand, and was walking towards this side with swaying high heels. Song Qian was also very surprised to see Li Meng. Teacher Li Meng, how could I meet you here? Naturally, Song Qian and Qiao Yingzi were chatting about their learning situation together. How has our family's Yingzi's learning situation been lately? Has there been any decline? Li Meng shook her head. Your family's young students are studying so well, how could they possibly fall behind? However, the third year of high school is the most important period, not only students need to work hard, but also your parents need to work hard. Li Meng and Song Qian were both very enthusiastic, chatting and walking towards the library. Xiao Ye and Qiao Yingzi are companions. Slowly stroll around in the library. Xiao Ye's gaze casually scanned the bookshelf. At this moment, the system rang. The query object has been detected. Do you want to start searching? The return on investment of the query object is much greater than that of the query person. The last time I checked the item, I won a lottery of 50,000 yuan. Is it difficult? What surprises are there this time? Xiao Ye immediately nodded. Query. Name. Orange cat. Investment method. Purchase that book, investment amount. 20 yuan, return rate. 150000 reward evaluation. B+ an orange cat. Xiao Ye has never heard of this book. And it should be an unknown author. The most crucial thing is that investing 20 yuan can earn a return of 150,000 yuan. This is a huge profit. Xiao Ye is a fool if he doesn't buy. Xiao Ye picked up the book and flipped through it casually. The book tells a realistic and magical story. It depicts one story after another that takes place in the fantasy building in the tone of animals inside. Although the story is full of wit and humor, the language and choice of words and sentences are somewhat childlike. And this book is still old and obviously used by someone. But this is all money. Money without making a profit is foolishness. Opportunity cannot be lost, loss never comes again. Xiao Ye immediately took the orange cat to the checkout counter to settle the bill. Coincidentally, Meng has also finished selecting the books she wants to buy. Looking at Xiao Ye holding an old book in his hand, he asked curiously. The orange cat. Why haven't I heard of this book? Meng has a wide range of books, both foreign and domestic classics are as precious as a family. She hasn't even read this book. Xiao Ye smiled and brushed it off. I just think this book is quite interesting and I want to buy it back and study it thoroughly. Why not buy a new one? Why buy an old book? Xiao Ye's behavior is really strange. Xiao Ye couldn't tell Meng that as long as he bought this book, he could get a return of 150,000 yuan. Xiao Ye had no choice but to make a random excuse. It seems like there's no new one left, only an old one, and I also quite enjoy collecting old books. This can give me a feeling of historical inheritance and handover. Meng nodded. Not bad, but you are in your third year of high school and it's the final sprint stage. You still need to buy fewer extracurricular books and more textbooks. Xiao Ye nodded. The front desk cashier is also a beautiful and smooth-looking woman. She was wearing a dark blue uniform, with a big bow on her bow tie and a pair of black silk that perfectly wrapped around her legs. Stepping on a pair of black women's leather shoes, with a gentle smile on the front and back of the face. The beautiful cashier was taken aback when she saw this old book. How is this book? Xiao Ye immediately felt there was a score and quickly asked. What's wrong? Is there anything wrong with this book? The beautiful waiter shook her head. There's nothing wrong, it's just that this book was donated to us by an unknown author and has been stored in the library for a long time, but no one has bought it yet. I thought I couldn't sell it anymore. So it's like this. Xiao Ye did not receive any valuable information and did not continue to inquire. Exactly. Qiao Yingzi has also finished selecting the books she wants to buy. She has chosen some textbooks and tutoring books, which are reliable academic elites. Song Qian was very satisfied and paid for Xiao Ye's book together. So 4 people walked out of the library together. Meng smiled and said to Xiao Ye. Let me take you back, I happen to be driving. For some reason, when Meng said these words, there was a vague expectation in her heart. She wants to be alone with the boy in front of her. Before Xiao Ye could speak, Song Qian smiled. Teacher Meng, how troublesome it is for you. Coincidentally, Xiao Ye and I live in the same community, and we are more convenient. I'll take him back. Song Qian did this out of kindness. But Meng felt a sense of loss in her heart. For some reason, she was a bit jealous and envied Song Qian for being able to send Xiao Ye home. But she also couldn't show it well, so she had to agree. Meng drove away in a long car. Song Qian naturally did not notice any change in his expression, and while sitting in the car, she kept praising him. Teacher Xiaomeng, you are truly a serious and responsible good teacher. It is fortunate for both of you to have such a homeroom teacher. Just now she wanted to take Xiao Ye home, you see how responsible she is. Take responsibility. Xiao Ye shook his head slightly, and others couldn't see Li Meng's thoughts. He knew it clearly in his heart. This elderly young woman is afraid that she has already. Xiao Ye shook her head and smiled slightly. At this moment, Qiao Yingzi noticed his smile and her eyes were bright. Previously, Qiao Yingzi didn't pay attention, but today he realized that Xiao Ye was also too handsome. His handsomeness does not belong to the category of rock-shattering handsomeness, but rather carries the youthful and solemn aura of Xiao Zhengtai. Especially with this smile, oh my god. It's like the spring breeze blowing over the water, not to mention how heartwarming it is. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 8. Encountering a scumbag. You are listening at novel full.audio. Seeing her expression, Xiao Ye knew that the woman in front of him must have misunderstood. Li Meng's face blushed like a colorful glow. Let's sit down and rest for a while. Teacher, where are you going? Xiao Ye pointed to the bench beside him. In an instant, the atmosphere was extremely awkward. Li Meng's face changed from red to white, then from white to blue, and her expression was extremely unnatural. Oh. It turned out to be sitting on a bench. Oh my. She misunderstood. I thought I was going to exercise. But even so. Li Meng was also ashamed to the point of embarrassment. She quickly shook her head and shook off the very green thoughts in her heart. She sat on the bench with small steps, and Xiao Ye saw her expression at a glance. Who makes everyone an adult? It's normal to want to exercise. But this teacher Li Meng is also too cute. Xiao Ye smiled meaningfully. He sat next to Li Meng, although he knew why Li Meng blushed, he teased her. Xiao Ye stared intently at Li Meng's face. Li Meng's face turned red again as Xiao Ye stared at her, her speech stuttering. What are you looking at me for? Teacher, why is your face so red? I didn't. Are you running a fever? Xiao Ye saw this and raised his hand to stroke Li Meng's forehead. Li Meng's skin is very good, it feels like a tender and smooth piece of milk. It's just a very normal action. Li Meng's heart was like a calm lake, with a stone thrown down. A ripple has formed. At the same time, I feel extremely anxious. She quickly knocked off Xiao Ye's hand. What are you doing? No big or small. Say it. She took a long breath and returned to normal. There is a hint of criticism in the expression and tone. I'm your teacher, why isn't there anything big or small in front of me? Is this angry? Xiao Ye stopped immediately and frowned, pretending to be angry. Teacher, you misunderstood me. I just care about you. What if you catch a cold and have a fever? If you live alone, I will also worry. Li Meng softened her heart and slowed down her tone when she saw his young and serious appearance. It's nothing, it's just that the weather is too hot. But you need to study hard, be careful. I'll tell your aunt, and then you'll have trouble eating and wandering around. Xiao Ye crossed over, fearless of heaven and earth. Just afraid of the strong woman Su Mingyu. See the situation. Xiao Ye had no choice but to pick up her tail and become a human. Okay, I will definitely listen well to the teacher. However, Li Meng's contrast is quite likable. Xiao Ye expressed that he is happy to get along with this beautiful teacher who is both cold and hot on the outside. Two people took a walk in the park. Li Meng drove Xiao Ye back to the community. Xiao Ye sat in the passenger seat, giving a slight glance. You can see Li Meng's delicate and fair long legs. He couldn't help but be distracted. I saw Li Meng's face again, which was as refined as a goddess of moonlight, with a serious smile. My heart is even more itchy. Meng also noticed his gaze. It's the red light. The car stopped. Meng said with a hint of complaint. What are you looking at me for? Look at the road carefully. I think the teacher is beautiful, so I can't help but take a few more glances. Why is this little guy's mouth so sweet? Meng felt like she had eaten honey in her heart, but she couldn't help but say. I remind you, it's better to read more books with this skill. Your grades are declining significantly now. The next monthly exam will still have such results, and you have to hire your parents. Xiao Ye said. What does it matter to me, Xiao Ye, if my original grades are not good? But he still has a well-behaved and clever appearance. Okay teacher, I heard you. By the way, I see that your math and English are both good, but there is a slight difference in physics and Chinese. These two subjects cannot be separated, but you also need to listen carefully. Next, Meng talked to Xiao Ye about some academic matters. Xiao Ye was drowsy from listening. At this moment, Meng threw a heavy bomb. Your aunt will be back from a business trip next month, so you should behave well. What? I will be back next month. Xiao Ye felt a thump in her heart, feeling that she was not doing well. What Xiao Ye is most afraid of is Aunt Su Mingyu. Su Mingyu is a good person. I saw that Xiao Ye was an orphan and took him in. And provided him with surplus living conditions. But Su Mingyu, this person, is really serious and very strict. Just thinking about it, Xiao Ye could see Su Mingyu scolding her. Oh my goodness, that's really scary. Take Xiao Ye to the entrance of the community. Meng drove away. Xiao Ye hugged her chest with both hands and walked unsteadily towards home. At this moment, Xiao Ye's gaze caught a glimpse. I saw a very annoying character. It's Qiao Weidong. Qiao Weidong was holding a large and small bag in his hand, standing at the entrance and looking around. But the security guard blocked him outside the door, clearly unable to enter. High-end residential areas have benefits. Just like the community where Xiao Ye and Song Qian live, entry and exit require a resident qualification certificate. Outsiders like Qiao Weidong cannot enter without the permission of the residents. Judging from Qiao Weidong's rodent-like appearance, it is obvious that he is trying to harass Song Qian's mother and daughter. Xiao Ye is very annoyed with this character. Qiao Weidong is Song Qian's ex-husband and Qiao Yingzi's biological father. It has to be said. People attach great importance to character filters. In the TV series, because the actor who played Qiao Weidong was very likable, everyone only focused on the humorous side of Qiao Weidong and did not touch upon him as a complete scumbag. He abandoned his family and was irresponsible to them. After divorcing Song Qian, she was once again busy eating tender grass, so finding a young girlfriend in her 20s was enough. With a little girlfriend, he didn't let go of Song Qian's mother and daughter, constantly coming to harass them. It has already had a great impact on Song Qian's life. Xiao Ye has no favorable impression of this person. At this moment, the system has exploded again. To explore the searcher. Qiao Weidong, do you want to start querying? Is it useful to search for him? Xiao Ye said he doesn't want to waste this opportunity to search. He shook his head decisively. Don't search. Qiao Weidong's face turned pale with anxiety and he kept pleading. Security guard, please let me in. I am really Qiao Yingzi's father. Sorry, sir. We won't let you in without the residents' consent. There was only one security guard blocking Qiao Weidong, which was clearly somewhat inadequate. Xiao Ye said that he naturally had to do such a brave and righteous thing. So Xiao Ye went directly to the security booth. Uncle Security, a pervert has entered our community. The security man in his 40s is tall and round, with a strong sense of justice. Upon hearing Xiao Ye's words, he immediately panicked and became abnormal. Where is there a pervert? Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 12. Foreign telephone. You are listening at novel full.audio. Teacher Xiao Pan really lacks self-awareness. Xiao Ye shook her head helplessly. To be honest, Xiao Ye hates Pan Shui very much. Fang Yifan became anxious and sneered. Is it difficult for teacher Xiaomeng to like you if she doesn't like teacher Xiaopan? Fang Yifan is a typical bar spirit. It's okay if you can't see the situation clearly, but you still like to refute others. The most crucial thing is, he wants to demonstrate his abilities in front of the goddess Huang Jitao. Xiao Ye doesn't want to argue with such a little brat and file a lawsuit. When bored, the system gave a very user-friendly prompt. Do you want to check Li Meng's investment methods? It seems that Li Meng's investment approach has changed once again. Xiao Ye immediately nodded. The character information panel is no different from before. But the investment methods have changed. Investment method. Helping Li Meng out of trouble, no need for system reminders. Xiao Ye also had this intention. Xiao Ye stood up and naturally walked to Li Meng's side. Huang Jitao and Fang Yifan looked bewildered. Fang Yifan was in a hurry and couldn't help but stand up. What is he doing? Isn't this disturbing the date between teacher Pan and teacher Meng? Don't worry, my uncle will definitely be able to catch up. I have confidence in my uncle. Xiao Ye should just come forward and say a few words. Unfortunately, Huang Jitao and Fang Yifan underestimated Xiao Ye too much. Xiao Ye stood next to Li Meng, with a smile on her face. Teacher Xiao Pan, are you going to invite our homeroom teacher to dinner? It is well known that Xiao Pan Shui is pursuing Li Meng. For this, Pan Shui did not conceal it and quickly nodded. Yeah, what's wrong? Sorry, teacher Xiaomeng has already made an appointment today. We agreed to go eat together. By the way, teacher Xiao Pan, your substitute class grades have declined. I advise you to go back and prepare your lesson plan well, otherwise your life may not be very good for the next monthly exam. The third year of high school tests not only students, but also teachers. Every teacher has KPIs. Pan Shui did not complete the KPI in the exam last month. If you haven't completed the KPI in the next monthly exam, you may have your salary deducted. Li Meng was deeply moved and quickly said. Teacher Xiao Pan, hurry up and look at the lesson plan. I won't go to eat with you anymore. Under the persuasion of Xiao Ye and Li Meng, Pan Shui had no choice but to give up. Xiao Ye and Li Meng left together. Inside the classroom, Huang Jitao and Fang Yifan were shocked by the commotion outside. Fang Yifan looked puzzled. What did Xiao Ye say to teacher Xiao Pan? Li Taibang actually left with him. Huang Jitao is also puzzled. I don't know either. They need to know. That's strange. On the other side, Xiao Ye and Li Meng walked side by side on the street. The picture is very pleasing to the eye. Li Meng was extremely grateful for Xiao Ye's rescue. Xiao Ye, thank you so much today. If it weren't for you, I would have had dinner with Pan Shui. This person is really annoying. They invite me to dinner every other day, and we are still in the same office. If I refuse him, everyone's face will not look good. Teacher Xiaomeng, don't you want to have dinner with him? Of course not. Xiao Ye chuckled. Do you want to have dinner with me? Li Meng smashed her eyes, causing a ripple in her heart. But on the surface, it was still calm. She looked at Xiao Ye's handsome face and her heart skipped a beat. This little boy is really too flirtatious. Li Meng took a deep breath and smiled. Okay, for the sake of helping me out today, I'll treat you to a big meal. Eating with a beautiful woman is an extremely enjoyable thing. Moreover, this meal is still Li Meng's treat. The two of them arrived at a very stylish Chinese restaurant. Most of the people coming and going inside are couples and young couples. The store is decorated in pink, very romantic. Meng entered the restaurant with a slight blush on her face. But she still pretended to be calm and handed the menu to Xiao Ye. See what you like to eat. Xiao Ye held her cheeks in both hands and shook her head slightly. Teacher, do you know a saying called, beauty is delicious? I don't have to eat when I'm with you, I'm already full, so you should order it instead. How could you be so good at coaxing people, you little one? Meng felt extremely sweet in her heart, so she had to bring the menu over. Then order a winter melon and pork rib soup, large plate chicken, stir-fried shredded pork with green pepper, and roasted fish with taro. These are all things that Xiao Ye likes to eat. What a nuisance. I don't know why, Meng always thought about Xiao Ye's taste when ordering, completely ignoring her own preferences. When waiting for the dishes, Xiao Ye naturally noticed this trick and quickly asked. Teacher Xiaomeng, how do you know what I like to eat? Did you remember all my flavors? The two of them only had one meal, and Meng remembered her taste. The woman was really careful. Meng's face flashed with a hint of crimson, her beautiful eyes widened, and she pretended to be blaming others. What are you thinking? I am your teacher, and it is only natural for teachers to take care of students. Yeah, it's natural for teachers to take care of students, and it's also natural for colleagues to get along well with each other. How do I feel that you don't like teacher Xiaopan so much? Xiao Ye shifts the topic. Think of it here. Meng let out a slight sigh. Actually, I don't like him at all, but he keeps pestering me, it's really annoying. If there could be a good way to permanently get rid of him, that would be great. Xiao Ye's eyes rolled and he came up with a good idea. Just as he was about to speak, his phone rang. Xiao Ye picked up his phone and was shocked to see his phone number. This is a foreign phone number. In Xiao Ye's memory, he doesn't seem to have many foreign friends. Can it be a cross-border fraud phone call? Xiao Ye answered the phone with a cautious mindset. Hello, may I ask who you are? Hello, may I ask if you are Xiao Ye? It's a woman's voice, clear and gentle, especially pleasant to listen to. Xiao Ye answered honestly. Yes, may I ask who you are? The woman smiled slightly. You don't have to ask who I am, did you buy the book Orange Cat? An orange hat. Is the investment return about to be realized? Xiao Ye quickly nodded. Yes, I bought it for you. The woman over there has a noticeably lighter voice. I'll just say, someone must have bought this book. I'm not sure if it's convenient for you. Let's schedule a meeting in 3 days. This matter is of great significance, and I would like to have a face-to-face conversation with you. 150000, Xiao Ye had a premonition in her heart. 150000 is finally coming. Money has hit his head, of course Xiao Ye won't refuse. He quickly nodded. Okay, you can call me again then. Hanging up the phone, Xiao Ye was lost in thought. I just casually took the orange cat from the bookstore, but I didn't expect the people over there to know my phone number. And it was also a call from abroad. It seems that this matter has exceeded my imagination. The most crucial thing is just an ordinary book, how can one obtain 150,000 yuan on their own? One question after another emerged in Xiao Ye's mind. He felt that this book was definitely not as simple as he imagined. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th.